Have you ever wondered who pays for these billion-dollar professional sports stadiums? Well, the majority of the time, it is through the use of public funds and not the funds of the billion-dollar franchise owners. So this use of public funds to finance the construction and maintenance of professional sports stadiums has no positive effect on the city's economy, despite the arguments made by the proponents that are in favor of the public subsidies. So today I plan to walk you guys through the major arguments made in favor of the public subsidies, then provide evidence as to why these arguments are invalid. As a senior kinesiology major at this university, I'm provided the opportunity to research deeper into the analysis of the economic impacts of these professional sports stadiums on the cities that they're in, and this I'm doing at different levels of analysis. So the main arguments made by the proponents lobbying for these public subsidizations are that these stadiums within the economy can increase the residential income levels, consumer spending within the city, and business attraction. So the increase of the residential income levels could essentially come from the increase in employment opportunities as a result of the stadium. And this could possibly come from the increase in construction jobs in relation to the construction of the stadium. But in one study, they actually analyzed the employment rates within construction projects in relation to two professional sports stadium construction projects. So this kind of, as a result, the evidence showed that there was no statistical impact on the construction employment rates during the construction of these two stadiums. This could probably be as a result of the fact that a lot of franchises hire outside private construction companies rather than city residents to perform this job. Another study analyzed the growth rate of the individual residential income within 37 cities, introducing professional sports stadiums into their economy. And this study also showed no statistical significance, meaning that the presence of this stadium does not increase the income level of the residents. Since the statistical evidence rarely supports this argument, proponents tend to utilize the multiplier effect to rationalize these public subsidizations. The multiplier effect is the economic theory that by putting money into one resident's pocket, you are then providing the impetus to increasing consumer spending throughout the city. For example, if I were to give Alexa a job as a concession worker, this would then provide her the paycheck to go spend money somewhere else throughout the city, restaurants, movies, things like that. In turn, that would boost the economy. However, without the increase in employment rates and income levels, this theory does not have a base to really stand on. So another problem with the multiplier effect argument is that it implies that the consumers would not have spent their money in any other location within the city if there was no stadium. But there's no way to determine whether or not that money would have been spent in the city regardless of the presence of the stadium. The final argument made by the proponent would be that the stadiums increase the amount of businesses attracted to the city. This is kind of a last chance argument made simply because it typically does not have any statistical evidence to prove otherwise. So one economist actually attempted to put like a numerical value to the attraction of businesses by making the connection between the increase in manufacturing level and the transition to a service-based economy. So when transitioning into a service-based economy, this attracts businesses that provide services to that desired location. However, the data revealed no increase in the manufacturing activity linked to the presence of a sports franchise. Another economist provides a detailed discussion as to why a city would even utilize the construction of a new stadium within a downtown area. Rosentraub was his name, discusses how the implementation of a stadium can actually redistribute consumer spending into a more specified location, but in terms of helping the economy as a whole, it shouldn't be utilized as a tool. Now, since these professional stadiums serve no positive economic purpose to the city, then they should probably not be using the public city funds to construct and maintain them. The argument stating these stadiums can increase income levels, consumer spending, and attract businesses has been disproven by many studies performed by researching economists. Now that you are aware of how these stadiums impact a city, who do you think should be fitting the billion-dollar bill, the city or the billion-dollar owner?